Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back north of the spine of the world in Icewind Dale. Not in the 10 towns just yet, as we are out in the frozen wilderness, trying to get our way back to the flickering torchlight of civilization that clings to the ice and rock of this treacherous area of the world. But before we jump back in there, let me say a big hello to everyone joining us. Thank you for coming on by, and a massive thank you to anyone joining us in the future, as a massive thank you goes out to our VOD squad for catching up with our stories whenever you get the chance to do that. It is very appreciated, be that here on Twitch or over on our YouTube channel. Now, speaking of saying thank yous, I would like to say a big thank you to the wonderful folks at Syrinscape, as they are producing music and sound effects for all of your amazing RPG needs. Not just fantasy, science fiction, and board games, and all kinds of different sound sets they have going on. And you can try them out for free. There are 10 free sound sets that you can try and see if you like what they have on offer. And when you probably do decide that you want that, then you can become a super siren and get access to all of their content and all of the new things that they are bringing forth. Every week they're coming up with new content, so it's very, very much worth the subscription as well. So give them a try over at their homepage, which is also linked over on the VOD information stuff, along with all the other links that I will be about to throw at you as we continue saying thank you. Speaking of music, not only from Syrinscape, we also have some lovely, lovely pieces of music coming from Dark Fantasy Studio, and also over on YouTube. 2 channels that we love dearly, Travis Savoy and Epic Journey. Amazing sources of music for your games. And finally, one last source that we like to use over here is over on Patreon, Will Savino. Again, today I saw 2 new songs appear in my email inbox. I need to go and check those out and see where I can get them playing. Now, don't worry, I won't do that right now. I'm going to continue doing what we're doing here. Let us get you caught up, and let us remind ourselves just where our superheroes, where our heroes were in last time we were here, which has been a while because there were national holidays that stopped play last week. So it has been a fortnight since we were all together here. So let us have a quick refresh, recap, and get the story flowing once more. Hey, RNG, speaking of people on their national holidays and having streams disrupted. Yes, good luck with everything this week. I hope that the spring cleaning is going well. And also, just while I've stopped for a second, a massive hello to Alusha and Patch from Quest Junkies UK. Always a pleasure to have you. And cousin Daisy from the KEBG podcast. Welcome on by. Very, very happy to have you here. Make sure Cos doesn't jump in the chat, please. Like you did last week when we were playing Out of the Abyss. Now, let us remind ourselves what's going on. You had all woken up from your long rest, Tuln, a little earlier than the rest of you, and you set about exploring the bedroom, the quarters of Frostbites. Nope, that's not the word, that's a sickness, that's a problem. Sunblight, that's the word. As he was up, sleeping, resting, whatever he calls it, in Sunblight's bedroom, and upon waking, he explored a little further and discovered a strange religious shrine to the Durga goddess, which was decorated very pleasingly to his eyes with mind flayer skulls, as he seems to have a certain enmity for that race. Then he helped himself to all the treasures that were in the chests that Mame had busted open with her crowbar skills. And he, luckily, was the one to be doing this, because as he removed the last little piece, there was a whoosh and poison gas filled the room. But in his frost-forged undead, state, it was not a bother for him, and he was unaffected as he stomped out to meet the others carrying the goods. And they all made their way outside to find little Bon Jovi and all the rest of the beer-named dogs. Josh has got the best memory for those names. I shall just push on through. Bon Jovi's the only one that's in my heart. I'm sorry. And you got back to your sleds, loaded them up, found yourselves a new sled which had belonged to the Durgar that you had defeated here and stopped them, sending their crystalline dragon construct out into the 10 towns to wreak havoc. You had safely stopped that from happening and saved 10 towns. Little do they know it, but you have produced this, this huge favor for the area, and I'm sure Trovus, with his big mouth, will soon spread word of your good deeds. Now, as you started to make your way with your newfound friend, the were-polar bear Goliath, Danai, of the... hang on. I've got to get the name right here. Yes. The were-polar bear Danai of the Northkin tribe, a smaller, lesser-known tribe of Goliath here in Icewind Dale. And another member of that tribe I just met recently, a couple of days ago, as starting next month we have our Candlekeep Mysteries campaign, which is going to start up, and one of the players in that campaign, my brother-in-law in real life, will be another Goliath from that tribe, although whereas Danai went north, he went south. And we shall see what happens to them as we start that up with Cousin Daisy over here in chat as well. Next month, on our anniversary weekend, as we hit 1 year of streaming here, coming up soon on Twitch. And we will be starting a new campaign to celebrate. So please do jump in. Hey, Avix. Sorry, I ate all of the cake. It's gone. And we will be jumping back in and enjoying that when that comes around. Now, you set off into the snowy wastes, and Soyala spotted a strange creature, a large shape in the snow, trying to keep pace, trying to catch up, it seemed, but not able to do so with your swift, furry friends pulling the sleds quickly through the snow. You sped ahead until you sensed danger. And stopping, you heard a bestial roaring out in the snow ahead. And then also you heard a similar bestial roaring from nearby as Mame, here, our Gallus friend, replied in the same language, whatever it was, and shocked you all with her linguistic knowledge of whatever this was lurking out in the blizzard. And it was then that the beast on your tail managed to catch up, and you found it was a saber-toothed tiger, and it came running up to your sleds, not realizing you'd stopped, and cordially introduced himself as Trent, and was talking to you all and trying to warn you. That's why he'd been trying to catch up with you. He'd been trying to warn you that these Yeti were roaming about the place, and it was apparently these Yeti that Mame was communicating with, and she ran off into the snow and then got tangled up in Talon's webbing and covered in snow herself, and was mistaken for a Yeti tyke by this couple that had always wanted to adopt a little tyke of their own. But they quickly saw through. Well, Mame shunned her disguise and leapt to escape as she heard that they wanted to eat her friends. And she went diving back towards them, even as Talon fired an acid arrow, narrowly missing her as she barrel-rolled in the sky and twisted nimbly out of the way. And combat was nearly joined, but we got instead to have a glimpse into the social, political intrigue that is the cut and thrust of keeping up with the Yeti Joneses. As Mame mentioned the Yetis that she had been saved by further south in the spine of the world, and the Yetis that they were confronted with seemed rather agitated by this action, these one-upmanship that had been going on here, and they stomped off to give them a piece of their mind, leaving our adventurers and their new saber-toothed tiger friend Trent to hang out in the snow here, whilst Mockingbird tried to piece himself back together and figure out what was going on. Now, speaking of where are our good adventurers at, mindset-wise, let us quickly go around the screen here. And don't worry, everyone, Toln is not here right now, but he will be joining us shortly. Let us quickly go around the screen here, clockwise from me. First up, we have Soyala. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what are you thinking at the moment?
So I play Soyala, a Tabaxi life cleric, and I'm currently very interested in this cult that we just heard about.
Oh, yes, excuse me. I did not mention the other thing that Trent had divulged. Yeah, do you please, in my stead?
Just that there is a cult of the Frostmaiden nearby in
Dinaval.
I don't remember. Okay, Dinaval. So yes, we will hopefully be going there to find out more about that. As she's interested in the Frostmaiden.
Yes, a small town that you had passed through on the way to Caer Konig to meet your current travelling companions, and hadn't stopped for long. You quickly grabbed some food, but if you look back on it now, the townspeople were acting quite strangely when you were there, and the innkeeper was almost keen to have you stick around for a bit longer. It had been assumed that was for Toln's free booze, but maybe there was something else there. Carrying on round as Sirenscape lays up another track. Mockingbird. Who are you, sir? Who are you playing, and where is he at? Or they? No, he, right? Yeah, it is he.
Yeah, when he feels like it, he's a he. Gotcha. Yeah. So I am playing Mockingbird. Yeah. And do you want a physical description or just
nope, that's fine. Just quickly what they're thinking about at the moment. Although I guess for Mockingbird, a physical description is probably a good idea, as it can change.
What does he look like currently? Yes.
Very standard. Yeah, like the pair of jeans that you just can't bear to get rid of. That's what he's at right now. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's kind of interested in this cult business, but also really doesn't care too much. He's kind of going with the flow, and whatever the group feels like doing, he'll float along with them.
Okay. More interested on maintaining the safety of the loot that you'd got from the Durgar fortress?
Yes, as soon as Toln comes back, Mockingbird is going to have a strict word.
Noted. Yes. Well, at least that strange little creature didn't disappear with any of it, so that was good news last time. And last but not least, round the corner here below me, Mame. Who are you? Who are you playing, and where are they at?
My name is Mame. I play a female Gallus Ranger, Gloomstalker Ranger, and right now I'm just thinking.
I thought you were about to say. Oh my god, I can't. I thought you were about to say, my name is Mame. I play a human called Sabrina. It's going to be completely the wrong way around.
Yes.
No, sorry, my bad. Good save.
I'm Sabrina. I play a Gallus Gloomstalker Ranger, and right now. I'm just thinking that I can't believe I didn't tell my friends I spoke Yeti, but of course it never comes up in conversation. So
not usually, not a common thing. Amazing.
And so right now I'm thinking like we should bring Tobus and Kestrel back to Caer Konig.
Yes.
And bring back the treasures that we found in Sunblight.
Yes, indeed.
Bring him back.
Indeed. Okay. And our last member of the party, Tom, I shall let speak for himself when he manages to get online. He works later than the rest of us, and he is currently dashing through the Tokyo night to join us on our adventures as quickly as he can. Now, yes, sorry, for those of you who didn't know, we are all in Japan. So that is what that brief reference was there. Now, let us finish up there. Thank you. And let me change up our little sound set here in Sirenscape, as one of the fine things they have on offer is traveling. Boop. as we find ourselves once more dashing through the snow, across the ice and broken ground. Not too much of a problem for these seasoned pups as you go gliding through the white. And you seem to notice, you get a feeling that it's slowly getting lighter. Mockingbird, you're without dark vision, right? Muted.
I have the goggles.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, that was problem solved. Yes. Oh, speak of the devil, there he is. Boop.
Hi, and I appear.
Otskarasamadesh. Welcome on in, sir. Okay, we just finished the recap because I do waffle on a bit, and for players introduced their fine selves. Would you like to complete the set? Who are you, sir? Who do you play, and where are they at?
I, the late today, am Jock. I am playing Toln Grimbrew, who we just recently have learned is dead, and brought back to life as a construct of some variety.
Indeed.
Having just learned this maybe 24 hours ago, he's still a little bit out of it, but is looking for some way to kind of recollect his thoughts and rejoin as his old self. Maybe not the best way to put it, but
yes,
recollect himself.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you, and welcome on in. It's good to see you. Now, here's Andy TV. Welcome on by. Always good to see you. This is a published D&D adventure, but we do like to tweak around with things and change bits and bobs relative to the various characters' backstories and choices that they make along the way. For example, we, at this point in our adventuring career in Icewind Dale, should not be heading away from Sunblight Fortress. They went there a little earlier than most, but I knew they could handle it, and they did very, very well. So, let us continue on our way through the snow, and nothing else untoward happens, and it is as that strange half-light of midday in the area here, cursed as it is by Oral the Frostmaiden, the goddess of winter's fury and wrath, that she is cursing it to endless night, as she takes to the skies every midnight and uses her magic to force the sun to remain beneath the horizon, and has plunged the region into a permanent winter for the last 3 years. It is only at lunchtime, round midday, that there is the slightest grey light that stealthily creeps across the land, trying to get a foothold, but then is driven out once more as the darkness returns. And this grey, steely light is just trying to lighten the sky as best as it can, as you come swooping down from the edge of Kelvin's Cairn, back down to the sloped town, going down towards the frozen docks of Caer Conic. And let's bring you over to that map, shall we? Sorry, everyone, can I just quickly check people in chat? Is sound and everything okay? I'm sorry, my camera's looking a bit strange. And it says we're not getting any issues as far as bandwidth and stuff's concerned, but I'm not sure what's going on. Sorry about that. Just someone in chat, give us a shout if there's any trouble. Caer Conic. Da-da-da. Thank you, Tally, and welcome on by. And Erevan Galanodel. I like saying that name. Thank you. Welcome. It's good to have you back. Thank you so much. Thanks, Daisy. All right. So. Okay, thank you, Avix. So, here we are. Caer Conic. Not a good map for a portrait, a landscape window. But let me zoom out a bit so you get the full kind of view here. Give it a second to crack into focus. Hopefully it won't take too long this week. internet has been. This is Roll20. Here's Andy. Yes, thanks, Josh. Now, so this is Caer Cornic, this little horseshoe of structures. We have the Northern Lights, which is the tavern that you had met and talked with people before. There's the ruins of the old castle. There's Trovus's house there. And there we have the icy expanse of Lackdinashire. So, where would you like to head? Mame, Soyala, you are in control.
Would we want to head to the speaker's house? That would have been where Trovus would be located? Or no?
That's his. Yeah, that is his.
Currently with us, but perhaps the speaker's house is where he would like to be located.
Yeah, we should go to the speaker's house to drop off Provis and Kestrel, and then head to the Northern
And all of
Light
their other
afterward to
stuff.
deliver the.
Okay.
I think Trovus, I mean, you're kind of like shouting back and forth between the sleds as you're sliding down the final slopes here, just relieved that, you know, the habitation has come back within sight of your limited vision. And you hear Trovus shout out. He's like, "Oh, no, let us go to the Northern Lights first. My scales will be worth nought if we don't get these lantern back to the ladies."
Alright, then yeah, we'll head there first.
Definitely the best idea.
Okay, onward, Bon Jovi. Wait, who has Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi, if you please.
Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi.
Well, for that, not
It does
you.
not matter.
Soyala has Bon Jovi.
Okay.
I'll have
The real question. Yeah, it's not just IPA. It's Russian triple distilled IPA, Imperial IPA.
As I said, Josh has the names.
I'll take Imperial IPA. So
We're
Yala.
all up here, actually.
Speaking of Josh,
Bon Jovi.
hello, the other Josh.
Ah, it's the other Josh.
Your nemesis has arrived.
I'm Nemesis. We first saw each other at the big Josh fight.
Did you see? Sorry to distract for a second. Did you see there was in the States recently, right? There was that. What name was it? Where they had that massive. That everyone came together. and They had the fight to who had the rights to
Josh
the. That was the Josh. Was it a Josh one? Okay. Yes, that's hilarious. So I just saw the noodle fight meme before actually seeing what the news story was or what the story was, and I was just like, what is happening? Okay, so you quickly make your way past Frozen Far Expeditions, where Kestrel actually nimbly leaps off the cart, off the sleigh, even without it stopping, and she says, "I'll catch up. I'm just gonna tell the boss we're back." Because you remember, this is where you came from, and where she was working before, and where you had hired her from. And you carry on down there, round to the farthest eastern side of the town, which I'm sure will focus at some point. Sorry, I don't know why Roll20 is being so slow recently.
On my end.
Good. Enjoy.
It loads really quick for us.
Oh, good. Excuse my computer. I don't know why there's trouble, but there we go. Anyway, you get the gist. And you can focus on our beautiful faces. Hello. Now, as you slide on down there and end up outside the Northern Lights, you tether up the sleds, and the dogs all immediately start, shaking the snow out of their fur and donuting up on the floor and get huddling up and waiting for some bowls of water to be brought out. And you make your way back inside. And Trovus, I think, will lead the way, and he kind of like kicks open the door and he's like, "Oh, never fear, ladies, I have returned." And you hear the voice inside, the younger of the two, Ali. She's like, "Oh, Speaker Trovus, oh, you're back!" And also, her older sister is clearly there as well, Corey, as you hear another voice. "Ah, You didn't die then? He's like, ah, no, of course not. An adventurer such as I, an ex-adventurer. Sit yourself down before you collapse. Come in, you lot. You'll catch your death.
They're all so friendly here. Take off my coat and go up to the bar.
And I think Ali will come over to you, Mockingbird, and take the cloak from you. She's like, welcome back, Mr. Mockingbird. It's we're glad that everyone got back safe and sound.
Please. Mr. Mockingbird was my father. I'm just playing Mockingbird. And do you have any wine on tap?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem.
Fantastic. It has been a hell of a day. 2 days?
As
How
is,
long
or
have you been
do
gone?
you want me to heat it up and mull it?
Absolutely. Please.
Anyone else? Soyala, Mame, welcome back. It's good to see you.
Yes, it's good as well. Do you have any other hot drinks?
Anything you'd like?
Just hot milk would be fine.
Okay. In a. Oh. She stopped herself saying it in a salsa. Sorry. John nearly said that. She didn't. Excuse me. Mame, what's your poison?
I'll just have some hot tea.
Sorry, you get flashbacks to Sunblight Fortress being poisoned on the floor of the vault. It's like, what's your poison? You're like,
Fucking treasure chest, god damn it.
oh, treasure? Oh, and that's when Corey's like, well then, have you got it, or are you being useless again? And Trovus is like, no, my dear Corey. Ta-da! And he brings out the magically spinning coloured lantern, and the interior of the Northern Lights is once more bathed in the slowly undulating and spinning rainbow colours. And Corey's like, huh? No bad. And Ali's like, oh, wonderful. Sorry, everyone, can you drinks wait just a second? I must hang it up again. And she rushes out to the front and just clambers up and hangs it up on that rather lonely-looking hook that was out above the door. And you see the lantern lighting up. Oh, Jeff Jill, thank you so much for the follow. And you see, as the spinning lights attract followers from far and wide, as they all come towards the Northern Light and what they have on offer once more. And as Ali's got that sorted, she comes rushing back through. She's like, out of the way, Corey. So, out of the way yourself, you fussy one. And she goes off to the kitchen and starts to get your drinks.
So, who exactly had the goats?
It's like, and then that's when Denai Northkin just comes trumping in and just like leans in under the door and just like leads all the goats straight into the bar. And Morgan's like, what you get those out of here? Yes, they're adorable, but get them out here. It's like, just milling about the space in the room here. Here you go. We keep them indoors for the warmth. That's right. She was gruffer than that. He was gruffer than that, wasn't he? We keep them indoors for the warmth. There you go. Keeps things
no
cozy.
complaints here.
Aye, a folk after my own heart. Would you rather they were elsewhere, madam? She's like, and Cole's like, aye, get him out of here. He's like, and Trovus is like, no. Don't worry, Denai, I'll show you where to put them. Come with me. Come on, you lot. And everyone just kind of briefly puts things on hold as they waiting for the drinks to warm up as you warm yourselves up with a little exercise of herding these goats back out of the Northern Light. And Trovus, Trovus and sorry, the other Josh is not that other Josh. You as another Josh is a Dragonborn, not this one. And Trovus and Denai lead them out and sort them back to where they are supposed to be. And Ali says, "Did you find the other stuff as well? The stuff from Frozen Fire and from the other spots around town?"
Yes, we did. Did we find the pearls?
Yes, yeah, everything was in the chest. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, everyone will be so delighted. I'm terribly sorry, but as I said yesterday, we don't really have much that we can offer you in reward, but please, I know Corey's set up rooms for the night. You're welcome to stay tonight, unless you've got pressing business elsewhere.
I can't think of anything.
I think we have to head down to the Down of All.
Hmm.
Oh, leaving so soon, Mr. Toll?
Well, I have some business back in Goodmead I have to take care of. I would rather like to get it done in the past.
Oh, we had and she has brought out the drinks for you now, and so you're all cradling them there. Mammy, just for our image's sake, what tea is it that you have?
In real life or in game?
No, in the game right now.
Okay, sorry.
What fancy
I would
tea
just
do we
like
have looking around?
Hmm.
Hey, we have a map.
The D&D equivalent to Earl Grey.
What would it be? The unmasked lord of Waterdeep?
I'll be drinking the unmasked
Lady.
lord of.
Lady, crap, what's her name? Go on, someone with better lore than me. Silverhand. Lady Silverhand. There you go.
I'll be drinking some Lady Silverhand.
Okay. She is the unmasked lord of Waterdeep. And one of the daughters of Mystra, the goddess of magic herself. May she rest in peace.
My official D&D tea ever.
Excellent, excellent. Now, as you're all cradling these lovely warm drinks and enjoying the fire that is... Sorry, sorry, Sirenscape still has you dashing through the snow. Sorry, let me sort that out.
That was the goats.
There's just a draft in here.
Yes, the dogs are just being very
Goats are
noisy.
running around out there.
Noisily drinking outside. Okay, here we go. Let's bring it down a bit. And you do actually hear, these people here, because, as I said, it is lunchtime, and there were a couple of people in here already. They've all turned their chairs around and listening to the story, and actually with the lantern up on the hook again, just shedding its light across the town once more. It's not long before actually, the local fisherfolk and other members of the town, Jeff, Jill, and all of their friends, come up the hill and make their way to the Northern Lights once more, and they start to gather in and people inquiring what's on the menu for lunch, and what broth's up today, and so Ali and Corey get distracted very quickly and start bustling off and leave you to your own devices. That's when Kestrel arrives, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, got everything sorted. I saw the lanterns back. It's nice to see. We thank you so much. If I can be of any assistance..." Thank you. If I can be of any further assistance...
By the way,
what's
quite an interesting little relic. Where did you happen upon such a lantern?
Oh, it's been here since before I arrived. And before I arrived here, I'm afraid I don't remember much of anything.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad everything got sorted out, especially the goats. We were very worried about the goats.
Aye, well, all's well ends well, eh? So, you're going to follow up on what Trent said?
I think so.
Yeah, it would be at least within my interest to know more about the Frostmaiden's dealings. These seem to be followers.
Aye.
And
there might be some
terrible thing.
Might be some information to be had there.
Of course. I mean, that was originally one of my main reasons for joining with you guys, was to find out more about the Frostmaiden.
Aye.
But Kestrel, now that you're back, I mean, hopefully things will be better now that there's no imminent threat. I should hope.
I hope that things will settle down a bit, although, I'd say I hope things return to normal, but that's hardly the ideal situation, is it?
Right. Who exactly had contact with the... You said there were dwarves that could possibly take over.
Oh, it's me. Yeah, that's why we've got drinks here. Those poor folks down at Caer Dinaval, apparently they've run dry, but quite a while ago. But yeah, I make frequent trips up to the Dwarven Valley and get supplies in.
Okay. So will you be the one letting them know about the stronghold up there in order if they wish to use it for
I
the
mean,
fort?
it would definitely sit well with them coming from me. I mean, they know who I am.
More
I
so
know who to talk to.
from coming from down below.
Aye,
It
and
would be your first contact, I guess, in that way. It's better to have an ally there than a foe, or
aye,
worse,
totally,
leaving it empty.
totally. Yeah, I can set out. I'd rather not go today because night will come in before I get there. Is it
Oh,
right
of course.
to wait until
Yeah,
tomorrow?
I don't think there's such an urgency. I should think that one day should not carry too much of a worry.
Aye.
No, I mean, we have to talk to them about the lease first. I mean, it's
The lease.
yeah, it's prime property. You think we can just give that away? We got the previous occupants out and everything. It's not quite clean, but you know. I'm kidding. No, the dwarves can have it. Giving away all of our castles. It's fine.
I mean, if you wish to have some ownership to it, you could, but I wish none of it for myself.
Honestly, it seems like more work than I'm willing to put in. Why do we just let them have it? As long as they let me crash and drink some non-mushroom based ale every once in a while, then they can have it.
I think current tenant law requires that you do the maintenance. So
Oh yeah, screw that then. It's theirs.
See ya. Okay. Sorry, just a quick hello to Giggle Guild. Welcome on by. Yes, I am in the server. And sorry, speaking of Dead Aussie Gamer, later this month, on Saturday the 29th, he will be playing with us on the channel. So do watch out for that. Sorry, little thing there. Okay. Yes, we have great things in the works. Now, as yes, you all sit down and warm yourselves after that journey. If you're going to stay, I mean, sorry, Tom, did you say you wanted to leave fairly sharpish?
yeah, perfect.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna head on down to Caer Dinaval as soon as you've had your lunch, basically, and as the
Yes, but maybe it's good to speak about what we wish to do there. I know we've only just finished with one battle, and I do not know what this next place will bring us.
Do you want to stay here or?
Maybe for a quick rest.
Just long enough to divvy up those magical items.
Yeah, that was another thing. At some point, we should figure out.
What
Yeah,
those were exactly.
and yeah, I'm just not sure what our plan is going forward with this castle.
Well, we have to prepare, and then we have to.
Is there anyone that needs a full rest? Of
I
any
could go for a
kind?
nap.
You check my body really quick. No, I'm fine.
A night's
I'm
rest
good.
is not necessary.
We didn't come to blows with those
Yeah, just the Yeti.
creatures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they just.
I just cast one spell at it. So.
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine. I just got crushed slightly, but I'm good.
Okay, so we should after this we should head, or should we divvy out the items first while we're here? Maybe we could ask for a stall or a room or something to look at it. I don't know if you wish to look at it here in the inn.
Yeah,
Corey.
let's do it in a private room if we can.
not-
Maybe get a
Or
few
even
drinks in.
at Trovis's place. It's a
I'm
little.
sure that we can do that on the way.
Is that
And
something that you can do on the road?
And I lunged into combat, you see. There was a Myconid sovereign, and there were Duragar, just twice the size of me, just looming about the place. Crossbow bolts flying here and there, and a giant crystal dragon. He's just regaling the rest of the room on the side as
I'm
this is going.
wondering how much of his story will reign true.
Was he even in the room? I don't remember
I
at all.
mean, not so much.
He was.
I see, the cheer section. Interesting.
Excuse me, Allie. May we procure a room real quickly so we discuss among ourselves? So,
Yeah, totally. Would you like to use one of the bedrooms upstairs? Corey set them up for you to stay, but if you need to leave, I mean, it doesn't matter if you just use it for a little bit. Take the weight off him.
I think that could work.
Aye. Just a moment. And she nips out to behind the bar, and there's a rack on the wall with little hooks on it and little pieces of wood with different numbers painted on. And she grabs one of those and, thank you, Jeff Jill, and brings it on down to you. And she's like, here you go. It's the first one on the right. And she points, there's a staircase disappearing off into the corner of the room.
thank you very much. Let's go have our discussion while Trovis is regaling in battle stories.
Are we also grabbing the items?
Oh, you have everything
Oh,
with you,
yes.
right?
Okay.
I am going to try to grab Trovis's drink before I exit the room, if that's possible.
Actually, you noticed as Corey came stomping over with a bottle of his usual, he actually raised a scaly hand and was like, you know what, Corey, I enjoyed having a clear head this past day, and it was good to be back in the fight, so, I might, I'm alright.
Disappointed.
I'm
All right.
happy.
The mix of reactions
Wow, we
is so
actually
good.
sobered him. Yeah, I think that was a
Pop him up
success
first
here.
now.
He got hooked back on adrenaline again instead.
Yeah, one thing to another.
Excuse me,
Alright.
Corey. I'll take that bottle from you. I'm like, here you go, Mockingbird.
Thank you.
Waste not, one not.
So,
He's
hand it back.
he's paid up a few months in advance, so it's on him.
It better be. It better be.
Okay, so yeah, you make your way up the slightly creaky but sturdily built wooden staircase of stained wood and find yourself in a narrow but clean corridor at the top with a slightly threadbare carpet, but a sense of something like there's smoke and cooking and the slight tang of ale from downstairs, but there is kind of a potpourri kind of flowery scent as well. And you see a table down the far end of the corridor in front of a window with a small glass bowl containing something at the far end, and several doors off this corridor. The first one on the right, as promised, with a number matching what is on your keychain.
All right, here it is. So let's go in.
So yeah, you duck inside and the sounds from downstairs disappear and you let yourself in, and there is one sturdily built rocking chair with arms on it and a nice carved back on the backrest, and then a couple of beds with thick looking downy quilts on top and some animal furs as well. And yes, it's a very nicely appointed warm space with the heat from the ground floor rising up.
I run to the rocking chair.
Yeah.
Just, like,
Mockingbird will look at that chair, shudder, and then sit on the floor.
Okay.
He's done with chairs, I guess.
Yeah, not a chairman anymore. Stools in a heartbeat, but no chairs.
Yes.
Tone will sink into a dark corner.
Okay. You got all edgy.
It's the old clapping rogues.
Did you multi-class when I wasn't looking?
I thought you know.
Okay. Yeah,
Good.
I'll just
Already
also
needs-
take a seat on the floor.
Put slobber chops on my and the weasel that I think I still have
Yep.
on my lap.
Okay.
And I'm just like in the rocking chair like this.
And I'll start pulling out some of the items that we had collected.
Yeah, you kind of stack them in the middle of the little space you got here, and Corey will be very thankful that you didn't sit on the beds, and they can be used later. And yeah, you sit there in the relative quiet. You can just hear that slightly peaceful murmur of the townsfolk downstairs, and still you can still hear Trovus quite clearly. Still carrying on with his story.
Not enough walls in the world. I'll just sigh and like look at the pile and then look over to Tolman. Out of all of this, what of it is good for profit? What of it is good for actual use? What of it is magic?
Tone looks at it briefly. What do we have?
Here. And she'll put on touch his shoulder, I guess his shoulder, and give him a touch of guidance. So you can get a D4 to an ability check if you are
Nice.
doing any of those.
And I also give him a what is it called? Never mind. I forgot what it's called. I was gonna give him inspiring.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Yes.
Inspire. Okay.
Give Tolman a high.
Did you multi-class too? Are you a bard now?
It's just like my racial
Mammy,
as
it's
a Gallus.
bird, not bad. Bird. Sorry.
Bird.
Sorry. Yeah. The Gallus do have that, don't they? Sorry, I forgot.
I look at
So,
him and like
Tom, bolstered
believe in you, Tom.
from this way and that, you feel
before.
inspired and.
Give me just a moment. I need to change a couple of things. And he gets out a small, tiny screwdriver and fixes a couple things on his eyes. Takes approximately 10 minutes if you had to put a time on it.
Just write a number on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's gonna ritual cast detect magic.
Look, we can do it. It could be 1d10 minutes because look, we have chat commands now. 4 minutes.
Takes about 4 minutes.
Yeah, you're getting faster at this.
Oh, but that
I will
tick.
reapply the guidance on you because it's only for 1 minute. So as
Okay.
you are fully ready, I have unlimited uses, but yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
I will have to
You
reapply.
see his eyes kind of have this pinkish purplish glow as he takes a look at the items arrayed before him.
Okay.
And tries to figure out what's magical, what's not.
This is everything from the fortress. Yes.
Yes.
So in my
Alright.
note,
Yes.
Taln has, which are conspicuously not in the pile. Stoppered gourds, the rope, the wand-like object, we know what those are. Moonstone, obsidian sandals, comb, and a rolled-up leather scroll.
Mockingbird.
Yeah.
Something you said before Josh arrived this evening. May this be the time?
Oh yes. Tolman, my friend. This loot pile is looking quite barren, as if somebody were holding out on us, as it were.
I
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm not afraid to cut a bitch.
Wow.
That's quite strong.
Between
However,
friends, of course.
I have my stuff, so we'll just examine the stuff here in the pile.
You have your stuff?
Or stuff.
Yes.
You took
Stuff.
roughly 4 to 5 objects from this chest, and you're gonna claim it's your stuff? Without consulting the group? I thought we talked about this like equals, like compatriots, not.
Yes, I spent time acquiring these objects, so it is.
We all spent time acquiring these. I fought a Durgar the size of a small dragon, right next to a metal dragon. You were frozen. I'd say, if anybody, we earn more of these than you.
Well, I got it. I found it, so they say.
I'm like, I tell my weasel, just check his pockets. We used to speak with animals.
You're gonna put me in this spot, Tom? Don't do this to yourself, Tom.
It's my stuff.
I'm just gonna look to the others. Stand
So
up,
y'all
kinda
are
crack
looking
my
like
neck a little bit.
real, like unsure what's going on. I've not had to divvy out stuff before, so.
DM slightly goes out of shot. Not touching this one.
How far am I from
Oh.
home right now?
I mean, you're just sat in a circle, so less than 5 feet.
Oh, that is very unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. Okay, I'm going to knock Toln on the forehead with the butt of one of my daggers, and just try to like knock some sense into him a little bit.
Okay.
But we'll also stand up in the process.
Do you
Can't
try?
make a roll.
Okay.
Yep, and we're going. Yoink. That is wow, that's a low roll. That is a 13 to hit.
Not enough, I'm afraid. You tink, and it just goes tink off of his metal exterior.
Next one's
Okay,
going in.
everyone.
Next one's going
I'm
into a joint.
I'm sure we could talk about this a little more before violence.
Well, then do some talking. Let's go. Let's have a
Okay.
discussion.
Toln, is there a reason why you are being accused of holding objects
Not
that you
accused,
don't
guilty.
wish to talk about?
Mammy.
It's my
And I'm going to insight check him as he replies.
Mammy,
I'm
you know
also-
what to do.
Yes, peace was never an option. And I just say, Tone,
It's
when I opened the chest, I was, hit by poison, almost dying. After I passed out, and, Mockingbird pulling me out, I saw no stuff in the chest. Where did it go? I basically risked my life opening the chest. Tone, please tell me what happened to the items now, or I will send this weasel on you.
oh no, not the weasel.
You want to get that in the workings?
I found it, so I took it.
What's wrong? What's wrong with you?
I could handle the poison, so I took it.
Well,
Why didn't I send
If
an
you
NPC with you? So I just sit here and watch.
why don't we at least move on to the other things,
Yeah,
and we'll get back to this
No,
afterwards.
as soon as you say that, Mockingbird is just leaping on Toln.
Oh no.
Yeah, just leaping on him with a
Okay.
dagger. Gonna go straight to the joint. Gonna try to like jam one of his arms.
All right, Tone will try to get away.
You do
Yeah.
realize if you hit him and you knock him unconscious, he was the only one that was going to help figure this out.
Well, you know what? That's the price. We have to pay for greed. But I didn't say that in character. Actually, technically, I didn't say that at all. Okay. So, yeah, we're going with the short sword on this one.
Mammy,
Okay.
Mummy, if you want to follow
Oh my
chat's whims,
God.
they do want the weasel sit on him.
Okay, I set the weasel. But it's like
Release.
it's 10 times to cast the spell.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay,
What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Meets it, beats it.
Oh, the short sword or
Yep.
the weasel.
Let's see.
Weasel,
The
I'm kidding.
Weasel.
Did you roll a weasel attack?
I did not see. Oh, that's the insight check. I thought that was the weasel check. Okay, cool. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. So
Insight
then,
check was not necessary if it's.
got it. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Also, obviously not necessary as he is obviously holding things. Like he's obviously got.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had it out quite yet, or if you were
He
telling
he doesn't have it out, but like he has some of it on his person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I thought it was hidden, but that is not sneak attack. That is just 7 piercing damage.
Okay. Tone casts invisibility.
Weasel. Happened with the weasel.
Interesting.
Is it
All
on
right.
him?
I immediately go back towards the door and yell to the others, "Somebody find him!"
Go to the window to block it. There is a window.
Yep.
We
Cole,
read.
what would you gain from this animosity within your group?
Me too, Alicia. Me too.
After everything that we've already been through, this is what you choose to be the thing that splits the group?
I know you've been through a lot, and we can't experience we can't even imagine what you're feeling right now. But I'm just trying to solve for time for the weasel to stick
Well,
him. Anyway,
Regardless, as Mame says, I mean, whatever you might need going forward, we can help you with it. And maybe these items that you have could help someone better than just you. We don't know until we figure this all out. Let's at least figure it out and then go from there.
we'll divvy up these items.
It
We'll go
might
after
be
the
best
cult.
in your hands anyways, and then we would have avoided this whole conflict in the first place. We don't know.
So you're having to direct this.
Yeah, I'm just kind of saying
Speech,
this
yeah.
in any direction.
Yeah.
Do I hear or see any flipping on the floorboards or any squeaking or anything like that? Is there any
Give me a
movement or?
perception check.
Yeah, how quiet can he be in this tiny room where all of us are in here?
It's fucking wooden floorboards, and he's a fucking robot.
Somebody else is
Right.
rolling.
Like,
Tom, message me a stealth check
Okay.
with advantage.
A natural stealth check.
Yes.
wow.
And you three, give me a perception check, please. So Yala, people are asking if there is the possibility of a zone of truth.
I have a 27 on that
Holy
perception.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I do not
be-
have a zone of truth up though.
Okay.
Lord.
Sorry guys.
Gotcha. You see very slightly, but you do notice very clearly that the bed moves as if something
whole-
large is underneath it.
Please remove yourself from under the bed. We can talk about this.
He's trying to take a nap. Get him! I'm just gonna crawl under the bed and try to grab him.
Okay. Tong will. You can try.
I don't know what grabbing you under a bed. I've never encountered anything like this in my entire.
Like
10
grabbing
year
a
D&D.
toddler that doesn't want to come out from under
What do I
the
roll
bed.
for this?
It's an attack.
Acrobat. Is it an
Josh.
attack? Okay, unarmed
Athletics?
attack.
I don't know.
Josh, please.
Acrobatic?
I play D&D to escape from my everyday life. Come on. That's a good thing with futons, though. There's nowhere to hide for the kids.
Yeah. True.
That's a 21.
Oh, okay.
Do you get? I think you have disadvantage because I'm invisible. Yeah.
What's he trying to do? Sorry.
Trying to
If I
trying to
know where
grapple.
you are,
A grapple, basically.
Well, obviously he's gonna move, right? He isn't.
But the beds are up against the wall, and everyone's like in the middle here.
Oh.
So it's not a big common room kind of space. It's a small twin room. So
Sweet.
yeah,
Okay.
think-
Well, yeah. Then that'll do it.
yeah. Because he would be able to go under and like make contact with you. And it's just whether or not you can break free of that or not, or escape it.
I got him. Pull my legs.
I'll pull his leg.
I'll help.
Okay.
Does anyone have a spell that could like maybe knock some sense into him
Um,
or help him to figure out what's wrong with him? Because
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't.
What? Okay. This is getting really silly really quick.
Oh yeah.
Don't stop now.
So, yeah, as everybody comes to get him out, I'm going to cast a Calm Emotions.
Hey.
Just as my boot heel almost hits his.
So, yeah, if you are resisting, that is everyone within this room because it's only a 20-foot radius.
That's okay.
Has to make a charisma saving if you are resisting.
Is that actually my first charisma save? God bless us, Alan. And I
No.
fail it.
Oh no.
Charisma save, charisma save. 'Cause Mom is angry too.
Boy,
Abilities.
Ooh.
It's charisma. Oh, mine's negative.
charisma, and then mine's, you have to beat a 16.
Let's see what it is. It's a
Yeah.
fail.
Oh, 18.
Yeah, 18. I'm the only one angry still.
You can still, yeah, you don't have to suppress your emotions.
It's an angry little chicken.
Oh,
He failed.
Strutting
Okay.
around the room.
It's like, take this tome, take my weasel. Weasel, sit him.
Yeah, the weasel's like sniffling angrily around the room.
yeah, so from this, you just feel very indifferent and not so hostile anymore. You suppress the feeling of anger, Mockingbird, and Toln, you are suppressed in a feeling of you don't have to run away so much, or anxiety, or whatever it was that you were feeling.
Can I?
Mame, you are still pretty angry.
I need to look at the spell
Always.
itself to
Always.
see what the effects
How
are.
does that square with my current flavor of insanity that I've collected? One of the several.
I think it would override what you got from the Shardolin throne.
Darn. Okay.
Because
Thank you.
yeah, for the duration of the spell.
Thank you for
That's
saying that.
in my pocket.
Toln, upon getting the woof of calmness, just comes out of invisibility.
Please.
Don't know.
Who cares? Let's go.
Get him, weasel! Rah!
By the
I
way,
don't know what came over me.
Slobberchops is the most puddle of a cat you've ever seen. He's just, like a cat in a warm room with calm emotions cast on them.
That's our liquid. Anyway, fit into any object.
Yes, Tom doesn't know what came over him.
Yeah.
So,
He pulls out just like this huge sack of useless crap. I don't know why I had any of this. And he pours it out. Most of the stuff that he has is like, you could sell it. It's mostly useless shit.
well, it was something to you, something important at least,
It's not
I
important.
guess.
No, I think it was something else, man.
Well, it could have been, well, maybe you didn't realize it, but maybe you were coping with the unknown of your life. I don't know. I've known to see it in patients before, those that they can't let go of things. Maybe they've lost their home too many times and they keep everything they can afterwards.
It's not it at all.
You touched that big gauntlet thing, right, man? Was that it, man?
Oh. Tom kind of has a realization. Ah, fuck.
A what?
Points at his head.
What, man?
You remember the thing, the giant monstrosity, Dugan's hole. It was inside.
Remember, he has a piece of shard inside of him. I say that outside character shit. I'm gonna be shit. Then Vomit is like, damn it. And then you just hear like Mamis.
Mummy's an educated chicken. She could make that assumption if she wants.
Okay. Mamis like calming down a bit. Still has the weasel like near. Just like at the ready. Mom is like, so what you're saying is you have this piece of insanity stone inside of you. That's basically kind of your power source, and you can't get rid of it.
I guess.
Unlike Mockingbird, who got in the chair and got it, it's in you all the time.
That would, I guess, make sense.
Wow. We're both equally justified in this insanity.
Well,
Oh,
in ways, I don't know.
Okay,
Either
that
way.
goes without saying, but yeah, man. Okay, well, that's interesting. What were we doing?
I guess we were going to divvy the loot, but
Yeah, we would.
he
It would be good
motions at
to.
the like smoking jacket, the used smoking jacket that he. I don't know, if I want this or not.
We'll figure that out in a bit. But anything that looked of importance that we gained from the treasure hoard down below, let's try to find out what's magical and what's helpful.
Okay. So-
If you would do the pleasures.
He takes the cloak that he has off. This is magical. I don't really need it.
True.
Okay. What exactly is the magic within this?
Oh, it's a sneaky cloak.
Oh, that's how you did. That's how you went invisible. I see.
No, I cast a spell.
So, I think this might be good for Mockingbird because he's our rouge.
Oh,
Like the sneak, man.
don't put this in the sun, or it will be. I know that's easy to do here.
That's it.
Yes,
You
you have
just
to work hard to
you
do
just
that.
gotta avoid killing the Frostmaiden or whatever. It's fine. Take the cloak.
Yeah, this is a spider silk cloak.
It is. The mechanical name of the object is a huafui.
Huafui, yes.
So this was the spider silk robe we found in one of the chests?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I have this wand of web. You saw me use
It's
it.
in that one, yeah.
I don't think anybody else can use it, so I'm.
You keep that. It works really well for you.
And then he points at all the random bullshit.
Well, you say random bullshit. There's a lot of jewels and finery on those items.
Yes. Those are 4 gourds. That's the moonstone that was in your the moonstone that was in your
Yeah, the Svirfneblin skeleton.
yeah.
So what is in the gourds? Maybe usually.
I don't think there's anything in here. Slosh. Is there
Well,
anything
and then she'll like motion to her gourd that has usually draughts of healing can be in them.
Is there anything in here, Jim? Or in them?
Let me quickly check that out. Just lower down. There we go. You, if you're going to give it a sniff, kind of trying to investigate what's inside. Yeah, it is a drow liquor. It is a liquor, a fierce, quote-unquote, fiercely hot liquor made from underdark fire lichen.
Oh,
And
some kind of drow liquor.
you know that each
Okay.
of these would be quite valuable to one of the tavern owners down here in the 10 towns.
Oh, I
That's
know.
the group lush.
Well, that's going good. So
Ah, okay.
I need to do some experimentation.
So is this also
The
for
drow
you,
drop.
Paul?
Well, these are some Obsidian Sandals. That's a smoking jacket. That's an
Excuse me.
Obsidian comb. That's a hookah.
Oh, what?
Hookah. Couldn't
Yeah,
use
the
it.
big smoking thing.
Where did you keep that?
Oh, I have a compartment that is basically hollow.
Walking around with like a hookah and a gold chain.
And Tone looks over at the items again.
There was a amber headdress. Was there any magic with that?
No.
I also believe I found a mask of some kind.
Yep. A gold mask.
A drow?
A drow male drow face. Yep.
It's not magical, just golden.
Nope. Just worth a bunch.
What about the statue that grows slobber chops? What about this?
But we did not take them.
Oh, we did not. Okay, thank God.
That was magical, however.
You know,
The
there's a lot.
chalice?
None
The
of-
chalice with spider
Oh.
insignia?
Yep. There was a silver chalice. Yep. With little obsidian eyes.
Not magical, I assume.
No. Just the wand and the cloak were magical.
None of this is magical. It's all just.
It's very.
I would like to know though, the chalice, what would that be priced at?
I guess I'll roll an investigation with that guidance.
Sure.
Gotta
What
find
value
a
is
fence
this
or a
chalice
shopkeeper.
with?
Then I need a 1d4 for guidance.
I might know some
Yep.
people back in East Haven if we want to swing by there.
It's gonna be a 26.
Nice. More
This
than
kind of chalice with this kind of worksman.
yeah, a good chunk over 200 gold pieces.
I'd say
About-
probably more than 200.
okay.
But the amber headdress, whoever has that was by far the most impressive looking piece.
Oh, that was the one I think I had grabbed.
Okay.
I'll show it to them as well, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, that one looks like it's worth thousands.
It had 3 large purple pearls.
Yes, it did.
That's worth an insane amount. We need to get it to a specialist, the right buyer. Could be
Okay.
1,000.
But I know where to bring stuff like this. I mean, 10 Towns is a pretty Inaka place, but I imagine there's somebody that can.
Yes, your contacts would definitely know what to do with that.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I suggest when we finish appraising this, we can take it to East Haven, and I can have a couple of my fine, unscrupulous friends take a look at them and pay us a nice margin.
I see. If we get money from this, I would definitely love to buy some healing potions, flashbacks to all the times I've been poisoned, and maybe some antidotes. Please.
We could use some upgrades.
Okey-doke.
All
So-
right.
You agreed to share. Now, Mockingbird, I want you to look at Tolm and say sorry. Tolm, I want you to look at
Oh.
Mockingbird.
Yeah, friend, how's your shoulder doing? Are you okay? This part's a little bit loose right here. Do you want me to give like like a screwdriver or something? Or...
well, I need a rest now, because I just a spell.
Yeah. How long do you need, friend?
6 hours.
6 hours.
Not 4.
It is not.
It's probably,
It's not been. It's not. You can't have 2 long rests within 24 hours.
okay.
See.
Well then.
Should we go tell them that we're gonna have a long rest before we go to cure
Dinaval.
in Nepal?
Dinaval?
Maybe that's best.
Okay. I'll slaunch her downstairs. Like, sorry for sending Weasel on you. I'll tell him we're gonna rest. Weasel, come here.
And we can sort through the rest of this junk as they do that. Alright, this is the keep pile. This is the throwaway pile. This is the we could sell it pile.
You should probably just take the pushes the stuff away. Someone else should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we'll give all the loot to you for safekeeping. By the way, how long does calm emotions last for?
I think
Am I just chilling the rest of the day?
it is only up to 1 minute, actually.
1 minute.
God.
Okay, wow.
Don't-
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, now you're just vibing with, time, so.
Yeah, if I don't have a goal, I'm just chilling. Just be chill. I'll go down and get some more wine.
I'm gonna get
Walk
some
down
more
with
ladies Silverhand and tell them we're staying the night.
Okay.
Well, we could also stop for food then. More than just drinks.
More than just
Your
this.
face looking very. She's like,
Well, I'm quite hungry. We haven't eaten anything but since the morning.
and that was
And
just
it's
the Russians kind
lunch.
of.
Yeah, we've only had just a drink.
There is
so
a good smell coming up from the tap room. It's gotta be said.
Yeah,
If we're
smell of
not
wine.
rushing out to go to the next city, then let's at least enjoy a good meal.
Yeah. Let me give you the auto roll tables treat. Full treat.
Oh, yes, that would be probably we'd get the meals paid for.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, that's
Yeah.
the least they can do. Food.
I'd be a little bit taken back, honestly. In and out of character.
It'll just be really awkward though if we are served goat.
Or octopus,
Well,
I guess.
Oh, thank
Now-
you for bringing back the goats.
For that, Soyala, you can choose. Do you think this would be a traveler's inn, a country inn, a hunter's lodge, or a mining town pub? What's the closest?
Oh geez, I feel like it's probably either a traveler's or a mining since we're so close to the mountains.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my handy dandy command over here. Oh. If I can turn it off Japanese.
Mining? I don't know.
Yes. Oh, bless you. It is the mining. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I
There we
rolled
go.
I rolled a D2 and I got the 2. So, you go back downstairs and you find that Ali and Corey have dished up. Click. Peppered bacon with lentils and parsley. On the side, there is some goat's cheese.
Okay.
So they're safe. So yes, goat's cheese on the side. It's got a nice tart kick to it. So yeah, that's
Good.
the smell of that peppered bacon is just coming up through the floor. You're like, we should stay here a little bit longer, at least. Oh, God, all of this random generator, every mail it throws up except the one there's like an undead feast hall. Screw that one. But all of the other ones are just every time it's just so good. It tastes so good. Or sounds so good. Sorry. Okay. So yes, you do enjoy the peppered bacon with lentils and parsley, which they managed to find somewhere. There must be a greenhouse or somewhere just going around that they had it tucked away, or it was just dried maybe and kept. Anyway, if you'll allow, I would like to fast forward a little bit. Is there anything you would like to happen while we're here?
No, I think I'm good.
Speak with Kestrel.
Okay. So yeah, definitely. This is lunch that you had here, so everyone just kind of relaxes. You know, you go back up to Frozen Far Expeditions there and meets with that with the owner there again, and return the pearls to him, and explain what happened, and Kestrel is talking with him about making the trip to the Dwarven Valley the next day, and in the evening, as we come back and darkness has fallen once more on Caer Konig, we see over in a corner of the Northern Lights, at a small table, Mockingbird and Kestrel in conversation.
Oh no! I was gonna approach and sit down at her table and just through my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get you a drink?
Okay, so she
kind of gauge her reaction.
She was running interference on Trovis's telling of the story, and filling in.
I thought she was by herself.
But I think she sat there with Trovis, and then you say that to her, and you see her kind of like straighten up. She's still not quite used to this effect, this psychic, this telepathic connection that you share, and she turns to look at you, nods.
Kind of like nod over to like one like part of the bar where there's like not a lot of people.
Yeah. And she goes over there while you go and grab the drinks, and she's sat there waiting for you when you move over.
So I'm gonna just put one down in front of her and then just sit down with her and take a sip and
cheers.
It spoken word.
Aye.
So we're gonna depart soon tomorrow.
All right.
But before we do, I was hoping you could tell me exactly how long, I guess you could say, you've had this ability of ours. It's not often that you run into somebody who can do this, shall we say.
Well, I hadn't run into anyone, and I didn't know what was happening when you first reached out to me in the shop. That's why I made the mess there and dropped all that stuff that I was fussing with, because you
rather uncouth of me. I apologize.
Scared the life out of me.
Yeah. We, my friend and I, the bird, the other bird, we share this trait, and I believe we heard you, or almost spoke to you in a dream before we actually met. You recall something like that?
Aye.
Somebody shouting in the dark?
I did see that as well.
Because that's new to both of us. Quite new to me, and I've had this for several years.
I was lost in a blizzard or something. I never figured out what happened, but it must have been, what, 2 years ago now? I was found nearby by some of the folk that were going out to collect firewood and the like, and I was just wandering near dead in the snow, and they brought me back here, and I don't remember anything before that. I don't know where I come from. I don't know if I've got folks somewhere.
Memory completely gone.
Before the blizzard, it's all just a white noise, like my mind's stuck in that blizzard. Have you heard of anything like that?
I can very much relate to that. I woke up on a sheet of ice, almost exactly as you described. No recollection of what happened before.
On one of the lakes, one of the towns nearby?
Near East Haven.
Oh.
Were you out and found near East Haven? Out of curiosity.
In that direction, yes.
Yeah, it's a hazard, local hazard of the area.
What do you mean? If you know something, tell me.
Oh yeah, of course.
This is the key to my past.
Well, I won't hold it back. You have a parasite in the back of your brain, and I'll switch immediately to deep speech. And you can speak in languages that you never recognized before, or that, quite frankly, have no right understanding.
Stop it, please, stop it.
Yeah, takes some getting used to.
But what does it mean? Where's it from?
There's a very unsightly woman living in a cave who puts these in people. We don't know why. We encountered her recently, and that's when I found out a little bit more about myself. I was hoping that you could give me a little bit of a piece as to why she did this, but I don't think you remember her. A woman named Maud Chiselbone? You would remember.
She can see she physically winces as if she's trying to remember something, but it's being blocked. I don't know. I don't remember. And Mockingbird, you hear right on the edge of hearing, but in your mind, you are aware of when it's heard through your ears and when it's felt in your mind. There is a tangible difference between the communication when it comes in and how it resonates in your mind as it arrives. You do hear right on the edge of the noise, with the tavern noises going around behind you, and Kestrel's speaking still. You do hear, just on the edge of hearing,
"Now then, little mockingbirds, don't pry too deep, or Mord'll get ya."
Can I reply telepathically? I think you answer to a higher power now, and I work for that power now, and I think technically, I don't know. Where does that put you and me?
No matter what the Frostmaiden says, my birds are my little birds.
For the time being. How's that last breath treating you?
Delicious.
I would hope so. All right. Well, and I'm gonna look at Kestrel, and it's been fun. Probably I hope to not see you soon.
oh, right. Well, I'll be making the journey up to the Dwarven Valley. If you have any information, anything that you can tell me, I really do want to know where I come from.
I would love to help you, but just had a conversation with our benefactor, and I think it would put you in a little bit of a harm's way. Let's just say that you have a new chance at life. Don't waste it. Don't go looking for it.
Right. Right. She quickly finishes her drink and distractedly walks away.
And before she gets out of earshot, also it can hear and see everything you do. And I'll finish mine and then walk upstairs.
Oh, gods. She just rushes out the door into the
Kind of
night.
cackling as I walk up the stairs. That's enough antics for today. Mockingbird's gonna go to bed.
Anyone else before we move on?
Did I hear the hag?
No,
Tom,
that was very targeted conversation.
Tom has
Okay,
just
then-
been experimenting with the trout liquor, trying to figure out what's in it.
Okay. Give me a investigation check. Ciela?
Also, on a random note, what happened to Mame's professor? Are they with us as
Yeah,
well?
everyone's in the inn
Oh,
with you.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Just a
Okay,
15.
Yeah.
A 15?
15.
Okay. Good question, Ciela. Thank you.
He's got his brewer's
you.
tools out.
Okay. Yeah, I think. I mean, I said too much before. I think. Thanks, Lisa. Take care. I think this is when you realize it's made from this substance that you've heard, and actually, it's something you remember hearing about. Another little snippet of memory from Gauntlgrim and the connections with the Underdark there, because there were trading, missions sent down to the friendlier people of the Underdark. So you had heard tell of this fire lichen, and that it could be used for such a drink.
Ah, I see.
Because the Duergar are not all bad. There are connections made with them, and then of course the Swerfneblin are much more cautious. But you share history with them in that they've been attacked and almost wiped out by people in the Underdark. For them it was the Drow, and for you it was the Mind Flayers. But there is a certain camaraderie there.
You know what? If I take a lager, Tom spends the rest of the evening inventing.
Absolutely. But yes.
I
Leos.
would also, now that I'm thinking about it, would like to talk with either Mame or the professor. Probably the professor.
Okay.
About the Bahamut.
I think Mame and Leos Dragonsail, the Chamberlain from Luskan University, probably kind of deep in conversation. Like as soon as you're finished with what you were doing upstairs, comparing notes and comparing stories and what's happened to them, experiences and the various evidence that they've gathered during their time, and the papers that they're going to write when they get back.
Yeah, so she'll come on by. Excuse me, is it okay to interrupt all of this for a little
And
bit?
she just hears dragon scale, and then like in this part of the cavern, like when you go deeper in, you see like these pictures. Oh, yes, sorry, Ella. We'll talk about this more later.
Yes, of course, no problem. Soyala, please join us.
Yes, I wanted to speak more with you now that we've kind of had a chance to breathe, about this Bahamut figure you both have mentioned knowing. Is there a way that I could find more information?
Professor, please.
It's just really peculiar that he showed himself to you, even though he only shows himself to, high... What's it again?
The higher up members of the clergy, the high priests and the like?
Yes.
Yes. Now, what was the nature of this vision? And was it in a dream? Was it an out of body experience? Were you taking any
was
substances?
Well, I was very badly hurt on the brink of death as a child.
Oh, I do hear that this can trigger such an experience, such a sensory journey, if you will.
I'm still unsure of the illness, but it was one that took my sister,
Oh, I'm sorry.
younger than me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Mm.
What were the symptoms?
And so it plagued me as well. It's just, I don't know, it was some sickness that I was not able to move well. I had fevers.
Interesting.
It was something that even now I am not sure quite what it was that plagued me, and of course I was a child, so I don't remember as much, but...
Naturally.
So this man came to our village, and he healed me. And he had left me with just this, and she'll pull out a vial with a B on it. With the letter B, and with some herbs, and he gave this to me.
Interesting.
When I asked
May
I could do to help.
May I have a whiff?
Yes. I wanted to
Most
say
potent.
thank you in some way, and this is what he left me with.
Fascinating indeed. You know, of course, whilst I am involved in the medical side of things with our faculty in the university. That's why I was with the expedition in the first place. I'm more of a afflictions of the mind and that sort of thing. Curses, those poor folks that have fallen foul of hags and the like. You know how it can be. But I did often have many deep and interesting conversations with those of a more spiritual ilk in our group, and I wonder, have you ever heard of something called a fated one?
I don't think so.
Professor?
So, earlier on in our journey, we had another member, and he, after certain circumstances before things happen, we ended up meeting this really high up dear being that told us to defeat the Frostmaiden to bring back the seasons. And that...
Hang on. Is this a separate instance, or is it a continuation of the first?
This is basically... Before we met Soyala, me, Mockingbird, Tolan, and another member of our team who left, told us that we were fated to meet and defeat the Frostmaiden. Then afterward, we happened to meet Soyala, and she joined us on our journey.
I don't think "happened to" is a phrase one can use in this case, Professor. I wish some of our other colleagues were here. They know so much
you mean
more.
to say that this was something that was meant to happen?
There is a train of thoughts. There is a school of thinking, if you will, that there are certain forces at work, not purely of a divine nature, although, of course, the various gods do lend their hand to give things a nudge this way and that, if you know how they can be. And they are not the only ones, though. There are mortals, people of this material plane which is where we all reside here, there are beings of immense power who have a vested interest in the goings-on of this world and how it relates to other planes. Soyala, are you familiar with other planes and their effects?
I would say that this is all above me. I only know
And
of
below.
the medicine
So-
of the body, so
I see.
maybe I'm not so scholarly in those ways. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, not at all. It is not common knowledge. No.
Dragon Skill. I think maybe like once we meet our other colleagues, after we settle stuff in wherever my other members go, we could go to the Upside Down Tower and perhaps meet our other colleagues, and maybe they could have an answer for Soyala. Or maybe just traveling around the 10 towns, like visiting places that we went to, could maybe give us more answers to this fated thing, coincidences and whatnot.
I did have a dream a while back where I met this old man again. This was before you had told me that.
Repeat
he was
instances. Fascinating. Yes.
But he met me in the wood near my home. There was a stone nearby where he was at, and I think I need to go there at some point. That's at least what I was left feeling.
Fascinating. Some sort of location of religious significance?
All I know is that we were not allowed in the woods as children. But so I've never been there myself. Personally.
Terrible suppression of inquisitive minds. Right.
So that would be an area of interest for me as well. It sounded similar to these stones that you talked of before, Mame, when we first met.
The Dugun told that's where Dragon Scale, that's where we had the instance where we met an owl and had the vision of the higher being. So perhaps around across 10 pounds there are areas like this that we need to go to.
Well, if there are multiple instances of this structure, these religious locations, then it would have been a powerful religion to have spread throughout the region. Certain of those animist faiths, those nature faiths from centuries ago, a lot of them were very focused, very localized. So for one to have spread throughout an entire region, there is definitely something to be found there. Maybe power to be awakened?
Maybe. I don't know.
Right. Well, most interesting. Professor Mame, I am planning to head back to the main towns, back towards the center of things, and hopefully make use of their libraries and more. I mean, delightful as this is, we do need more resources.
See. And then I mine all Mockingbird, would it be okay to give some of our money that we got from the castle to give to my friend so he could research more into Frostmaiden? Give him some funding, if you will, in my head, just telepathically.
I'll reply back, believe me, you don't want me to be the treasurer of the group.
And then I'll be like to Soyala, would you mind if we give my colleague some funding so he could research?
A grant? Oh.
Well,
Yes, we keep. If my group agrees upon it. Soyala, as our treasurer, what do you think?
Well,
treasurer and therapist.
feel as though
Busy
it
girl.
would not be fair to Toln and Mockingbird, but I would not mind helping in this endeavor. And I'm sure Mame, you as well wouldn't mind your portion.
I would not mind. So just take, some of my portion and give it to my friend Dragon Scale so he could be well resourced into like reading the books and well funded and staying in the 10 towns while he scours the books.
Okay.
And to be fair, on the stuff, we have not sold anything, so we actually don't have any gold amount. We just have items that are worth a certain gold.
There was a bunch
Oh,
of
there
gold
was
there
gold.
as well. Yeah, there was underneath the mask. There was 350 gold pieces in coins.
How much would this grant possibly be? And then I say to Ayala, we also got some really nice items that we could sell. Like Mockingbird says he has some connections, we'll sell those items. If we just give him a small portion, just so he could get by during this time that we're on our adventures, so I don't have to worry about him. Maybe, I don't know, 20 gold? Is that a lot? Is that a bit? I'm not sure. Okay.
Pretty small for a grant.
Okay,
Yeah, I
100.
was gonna say, I'm sure that.
Are you guys are in the main room?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
tap
think
room.
we're just.
Everyone's in the tap room, kind of milling around various tables. Yeah.
Toln walks down, holding a glass. Of course, his face doesn't move, but were his face to move, he would have a big smile. And he's holding like a glass, maybe about this big.
Oh, Tolan.
Oh.
Oh, good timing.
Oh, did I miss a meeting?
Oh, no, well, we're just like, Dragon Scale, he's not gonna join us on our expedition, but it would be good if we could give my friend a grant so he could be well off. Would you mind if I give some of my portion to him?
Oh, going to do some research?
Yes.
Do you need some tools or something?
Dragon Scale?
Yeah, Dragon Scale, do you need some tools or something?
No, just the means to, live and look after myself whilst I conduct some research down in Brynshanda.
Ah, in Bryn Shander? Why not good mead?
No offense, it's just the available resources.
Ah, okay. Well, it's always good to patron the arts, I think, as I remember. Anyway, I'd be happy to part with some of the gold, but
It's very appreciated.
I do have one condition.
Yes?
Please tell me if this is any good. And he
And look at Soyala. Please get a spell ready to heal my friend in case Tolan accidentally poisons him.
I give him a touch of resistance.
wait. Let him see if it's strong first.
What is
Okay,
what is
I will-
what is it? What is it? What is
Technically
it?
a poison.
It's a
Yeah, right.
it's a beer that mixes the tastes of a normal like red ale and the drow liquor.
Please have a spell ready, because he might fail this Constitution save or whatever.
It's like equivalent of a snake bite. Okay. So, give me a. Let's see. Do you think would it be intelligence or wisdom?
Probably intelligent.
Right, because just the research that you've done and knowing how to blend things.
I can't taste it. it's all just rote.
Right, so it's just like formulas and percentages and things.
How do we want to play?
Give me an intelligence check with your proficiency bonus because of using
So with
the brewer's
proficiency
tools.
because
Yeah.
of my brewer's tool.
Yeah.
not my highest roll. Just a 14.
14. Okay. It's not perfect yet, and our chaplain friend coughs rather violently and alarmingly for a short while, but after a little time, their voice comes back, and they say the taste was good, but the back end was a little fierce.
But yeah, I don't know what you all wish to part with, but I'm sure that 100 apiece.
We'll sort this out later. It's okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we should just go. Let's go rest and head to.
So 300 to funding.
100.
The friend.
That would be very generous. Thank you.
400. If it's 100 apiece, there's 4 of us.
Just from the 3 of us. I'm not sure Mockingbird.
He's left rather than being pressured into this situation.
Yeah.
Oh, there he
I
is.
think Mockingbird would be okay.
Mockingbird's fine with it.
Yep.
A little bit
Five-
pissy, but he's fine with it.
500. Yep. Okay. Cool.
Ooh.
Close, it would be 400.
Didn't have the wisdom to look at that fine print.
400. 100 from each of us. He's
Okay.
researched well for us while we are on our expedition.
Yep. Right. Okay. So that is sorted, and I think they're not going to come with you as you go down to Caer de Naval in case you warn them that there could be some trouble. So they're going to leave it a couple of days here with the sisters, and then they will make their way. Actually, I think they'll say they'll wait for Kestrel to come back, and then they're going to employ Kestrel to take them down to the main road. And you get lots of love in chat, Tom, here. You take to your bits, and everyone, if you need it, may have the benefits of a long rest.
I did.
And I want to get to a certain point before we finish, so I am not going to torment you with dreams. Much as I'm tempted to. And the next day, there is a happy and fairly joyous, parting of the ways, and Trovus and the sisters and Kestrel is still there. And actually, Kestrel sets out at the same time as you all and makes her way back towards Caer Konig, this time to go round the west side towards the Dwarven Valley instead of round the back where you went last time. And you quickly head out and make your way down south. And as you're quickly sledding through with your dogs, eager to be out on the run again, and your furry friends are not limited to these dogs. And, there is a very large polar bear galumphing along off out of sight, and somewhere flanking, keeping a view on things, scouting ahead, coming back to waylay information every now and then. There is also an awakened saber-toothed tiger, as Trent stayed to the outskirts, went hunting during the night and things, stayed to the outskirts of the town, but was waiting for you as you left to head south towards Caer de Naval. And if you'll remember, it is a mere hour's ride. I'm fairly confused by the modules. Like, it goes on and on about how cut off Caer de Naval is, and then says it's just an hour to Caer Konig here.
A very long hour.
Very
Feel it.
arduous hour.
Apparently.
It's like rock
Like,
climbing.
even if they didn't have the dogs, it's only 2 hours on foot. It's like, but we have no drink. There's nowhere to get drink. How can we ever? It's like,
Can't get the alcohol.
Like the quest NPCs from video games, they can't move outside their house. Help me!
Sorry, if dear people watching, and thank you everyone for coming by. It's been a nice number of folks with us, and a big hi hello to everyone who is with us here. It's always a pleasure. Yes, if you have not had the pleasure of watching Viva the Dirt League, do watch them. They just came up with a 36 minute long massive thing, which is basically, I think, must
Really
have been
good.
sponsored. Yeah, it is. It was fun. It must have been sponsored by the New Zealand Tourist Board to some extent. Basically, just showing off the beautiful places that they have.
Landscapes,
Yeah,
yep.
lots of drone shots of these amazing mountains that they have down there. Think those big sequences in Lord of the Rings. It was like that, but with a fisherman instead. Anyway, definitely check them out if you do. Also, vicariously, one degree of separation between us and their DM for their D&D campaign, as we have friends of friends in that group down there. So, yes, do give them your time if you can, because they are a good bunch of guys and hilarious. And if it's not D&D that you're kind of wanting to see, they also make amazing things. Looking at all of the ridiculousness that is in PUBG and that like as well. Oh, Jeff, Jill, if you've got time, stick around just for a second here. We're just wrapping things up. Sorry, I distracted myself. I know, that did sound like we were wrapping up, didn't it? Not quite. But it's been a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. If you got to go, we shall see you around. But if you can, bear with us just a moment. Now, what is your plan? This has been discussed back in Caer Chronic the night before. What is your plan as you're arriving at Caer Dineval? Are you aiming to go back to the tavern that you went to before, down into the town where the houses are, or towards the castle? Just full on, straight away.
I've got no errands to run. I'd say just go to the castle if that's what they want to do.
Is that if that's what Trent, the awakened saber-toothed tiger, desires?
What was that? What did you? And it comes like galumphing out of the snow, and it's like just keeping pace with the dogs. And yeah, they've become used to each other and they're quite playful with each other now. What?
You think it'll be wise for us to head towards the castle right away, or should we gather information?
Oh, it's always best to go in with knowing what you're walking into.
Yeah, should we not collect information?
Okay, we should head towards the tavern, see what's up, and then go towards the castle.
Okay. The inn?
Okay, so let me come across there just in case we need to give it time to figure out what's going on.
I guess whatever we come across first, because we'll be coming from the north. So whatever, it is more local.
Tackle the first person we see and beat some information out of them.
Not quite that, but
Oh, thank God we had this planning session.
Okay, so
Are we gonna do this Blade in the Dark style?
Oh yes.
Flashback?
you.
It's a game. It's a different RPG.
Yes, indeed. I want to try it sometime. So you come down from the north, so from the top of this map here. Sorry, everyone, it's just a bit blurry still, but you get the layout of the place, and you do see that long kind of curl of buildings down to the docks, with their little fortified tower down at the edge of the docks there. And then you do see here, let me ping it for you. Here is the tavern that they are talking about, up on the hill with an amazing view across the town and down to the water of the lake. And here, of course, is the small castle that they have been warned of danger lurking within. Now, as you go swinging down, sliding through the snow and approaching pretty quickly, still in the dark, but you can see torches flickering as you approach, and you can see little pools of light coming out of the castle and the tavern up on the headland up above the lake, frozen lake there. And as you come sliding from the north towards the small village here, you... Hang on. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. you do, as you get close. Now, you said you're going towards the tavern, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go back towards the tavern where you stopped briefly for lunch and enjoyed some of their chowder that they had here, the knucklehead chowder, as you were making your way up to Caer Konig the first time. And as you're sliding towards the tavern, you're not the only group of figures going towards this tavern, as you also see a group. Groups. You see a pair, two figures, coming towards the tavern from the direction of the castle. And you can see they've got these black cloaks billowing behind them in the wind of the day, and the hoods up over their heads as they're stalking through the snow towards the tavern from the opposite direction of you. Sorry, Mockingbird, what was that?
Terrible jokes. Are they on like a sled or just walking?
They're just walking. It's a short distance, very short distance from one to the other. Okay, so they come walking down. Hey, there's the map. So they're coming walking down, and as they see you, you see that they actually start running. What do you do?
Running towards the castle or running towards the inn?
Towards you.
Us.
Oh, towards us.
Yes. And one of them waves an arm in greeting.
I will not draw my weapons then.
Oh,
You know
yeah, if they're
when- you know
waving, then I will wave back slightly confused.
We're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
A cast web.
Fine. Get web.
Yes.
In the back of my mind, I was thinking like, oh, if the castle's nearby, there should be cult members going towards the tavern, and and then you just said that, I'm like, we should get them drunk with Tones ale. Sorry.
There we go. So they come running towards you, and as they finish waving and casting the spell, no, it was not a semantic component. No, they come waving down, and they come rushing across, and they actually pass the tavern and actually come towards you and greet you, and and you pulled up the sleds, right?
All right, John, I have a very important question.
Yes, mate.
Do we feel welcome? I'm sorry, it's from Avernus.
Yes, yes. Descent into Venice. It's been a while. We shall be back there someday soon with those fine folks of those fine pilgrims of Jarmik. Be welcome.
My next character, my next character is going to be a paladin.
Paladin of Jarmik. Okay. It's a massive warhammer called the Welcomator.
It's gonna have a name. I don't know what it is yet, but it'll have a good one.
Nice. Okay. So yes, they come rushing towards you, and as they do, they pull up. They pull closer, and you see it's a half. No, sorry, it's a half orc and a human, and they throw their hoods back, and they got very close cropped hair. And as they come running towards you, they're like, "Yes, oh, it's you. Great. We'd heard the good word. We heard that the Duragar are gone. Oral.
Word gets here fast.
Oral bids you welcome. Our keep is yours. You've done great work for the Frostmaiden this day."
Oh, good.
So we have another castle now.
I was not aware that Oral had quarrel with the Duragar. Though, I suppose I'm happy that I've done her a service.
She seems nice.
He's like, yes, we are bade to give you all hospitality that we can, and help you with whatever needs to be done. Please. And as they're saying this, the doors of the tavern opened, and a group of 6 men come rushing out. There they are! Get the bastards! Come on! And they just come charging out. And you do realize that you're on the blind side of the tavern from the castle here. where the door is. Right, the tavern's between you and the castle, where you've looped round on the road and come towards the tavern. And taking advantage of this blind spot, these local people come charging out and grab they grab the people from the castle, and they're like, "Come here, you're coming with us. This ends today." And they start dragging them back towards the tavern. Everyone, you lot, come on, get inside quickly.
I'm unsure of what happened, but okay.
He seems nice.
And they were kind of weakly struggling, but there was too many of them, and then the surprise of that, then they get dragged inside. He's like, "Quickly, come on, we're gonna finish this today. We're so glad."
For what? What is your quarrel with them?
Finish what?
They've got the speaker. They've been telling us lies that he's sick, but we know he's not. They've got him held captive in there. They serve some dark power. They're linked to this God's forsaken winter. And you see the Tavern Keeper there from when you were last visited here. He's like, "Everyone, please, come in, please, listen to them. They know what's going on. Let us give you all the
sound like an
information."
angry mob. Are you sure? Are you sure they're on the up and up?
They should be.
I think they seem fine. Let's go inside.
And you quickly pile in, and you do see there's even more people inside here with cloaks, like dark cloaks, all huddled up, and various implements and makeshift weapons, and some real, very menacing-looking weapons, as the people from the castle are bundled in and grabbed roughly and quickly subdued and tied to some of the tavern's chairs. And the Tavern Keeper comes like,
I would like to,
like a level
because we have had a rest, I would like to cast Zone of Truth
"Oh, fantastic, yeah, please."
as we get this in there, so it will be up for 10 minutes.
Excellent. Okay. The Tavern Keeper who like walks in front of everyone and does not seem to be wanting to resist this, and you know that he's speaking the truth. He's like, "Right, all of you, remember what our ancestors did. We came here and we took this place from the invaders. When the orcs destroyed those first poor folk that those rich bastards in the castle abandoned to their fate. It was them that were up in that castle, and it was them that our ancestors turfed out and destroyed, that we could take the town back for us lot, for people of Icewind Dale. And it's going to happen again. This time, it's a more sinister power. Nothing so easy, nothing so simple, nothing so brute-minded as a group of nasty orcs. But, we will take back Caer Dineval for our people once more. And we have these fine folks to help us. Now, we're going to go up there. We're going to root out that tiefling. We're going to root out all of them cultists and take the castle. Are you with us?" And everyone in the town's like, and everyone's like, waving their weapons and shouting. And they turn to you. Next time here in Icewind Dale, we'll be storming the castle, and we'll be doing it for a good cause. As we will stop there, because next time we are here in Icewind Dale, we will be doing it for a good cause, because we will be part of the Games Tavern's charity drive, weekend long, 5-day long charity event for No Kid Hungry. Come back, help us witness the storming of the castle. Can the folk of Caer Dineval, with our plucky adventurers, or not, I'm not sure if they're fully on board yet, will they be able to turf out the evil cultists and the thrice evil tiefling leader who has come from the hells herself, has been tainted by the influence of a warlock patron, Strahd von Zarovich himself, and over the years, in the interim, since Strahd mysteriously disappeared, has found herself serving Levistus of the Hells up here in Icewind Dale. And said tiefling will be played by a player, not by me, as we have a guest joining us next week, which I shall keep our players in the dark here for you to look forward to. But there is an evil tiefling approaching, and do join us for this amazing charity event. There will be incentives from fantastic sponsors such as Cobalt Press, Incarnate, D&D Beyond, and more. Do keep your eyes peeled. Follow the Twitter. There is a link on the channel to see all of the details that I will be sharing throughout the week. And join us as we are also going to be playing Rime of the Frostmaiden in that amazing event. But we will also be kicking off the whole thing. We are the inaugural stream. We are way out front with our Descent into Avernus game on Friday. This Friday evening for us, Friday morning in North America, we will be the first stream of the whole event. And I managed to get things to an interesting point in that situation too, as the team of Descent into Avernus will be making their final push to raid and destroy the demons that are infesting the scab that is around the citadel that protects Zariel's sword. Will they, with your help, with your donations, be able to fight their way through? I think Lulu, if donations are in their favor, Lulu might be forced to sneeze up a health potion or two. And there will be other in-game, as well as incentives for the event. There will be in-game things that you can do, and we will be giving rewards to those of you who are able to support this great cause. Of course, if you are able, please do. That would be very much appreciated. If you are just there to support the event itself and can come along and watch and cheer on everyone else, that's going to be this Friday, Daffodil. Yes, indeed. Okay, this Friday, May the 14th. If my memory serves, yes, May the 14th. We will be kicking off that all weekend long. There'll be amazing streams from lots of different groups, and we get to play twice. Our good friends over at the Games Tavern are running that whole thing. Do have a look at the social medias for all of the information about that. And that's not all. On Wednesday evening in the North Americas, we will be back in the Underdark from whence this fire-lichened spirit came, and we will be in our Out of the Abyss campaign. They are in the middle of a pitched battle in Sloopledoop against the Kuatoa, supporting the strange new god, the Limugugun. Who could that be? And also, Thursday evening here, Thursday morning in North America, we will be back in Barovia for our Curse of Strahd game. Things are hotting up there nicely too. Those are not in the charity event. That kicks off on Friday, but please join us whenever you get the opportunity, and we will be back here as part of No Kid Hungry's charity stream next Tuesday evening for us, morning in North America. So please join us for this amazing cause. Lots of amazing people, as I've been saying on the Twitters, great games for a great cause. And if you're able, please show them your support, as you show us your support so wonderfully all the time. A huge thank you to my players, and thank you in advance for taking part next week and helping out this great cause. And a massive thank you to all of you here in chat. I think this is the largest number of people we'd had watching without being raided. So thank you very, very much, everyone, for coming on by today. Do drop in on Friday as well for that inaugural stream, as we might get a special guest like we had last week, as the author of the adventure, James Introcaso, was with us in chat last week. The writer of the adventure itself was watching the stream last Friday and has pledged to support in any way he can this week as well, as we jump into that event. So do jump on by if you want to share the chat with a little D&D famous person. And what else is going on? Let me say one more thing. Oh yes, just beyond that, looking to the future, on the 29th, Saturday the 29th, we will be having one more episode of our incredible one-shot roulette, entirely randomly generated. The characters, the plots, the location, everything generated in the spur of the moment, and we just roll with it and make the best and most enjoyable session that we can out of it, and it's always a good time. We will be joined by some very special guests this time round, as we have our channel's very own Emma, who is in Curse of Strahd and Descent into Avernus, as well as Patch from Quest Junkies UK over there in the chat. Do give them a look. Josh, could you do me a shout out for Quest Junkies UK, please? Just !SO and then their name, if you could, sir. Do yes, check them out if you get the chance, and join us for that. As we will have Patch from Quest Junkies UK. We will have Hope from Hope for TTRPGs, the massive Twitter Discord community. She will also be joining us, and Dead Aussie Gamer himself, who tomorrow is doing a stream with Satine Phoenix. So he is up there as well, and he will be joining us for this one-shot roulette. So do come on by for this amazing session that is in the works here. And one more special guest that we are hoping. We are at 82% confirmed, getting closer every time. I hope that is going to be a possibility. We have one more possible guest, but we're already very, very spoilt with all of our regular players. Just on the regular, we're very lucky over here. As many people have said in chat, we've got lots of compliments flying your way, everyone in chat here today, that you make all these interesting characters and all these interesting moments. And yes, they are lovely, aren't they, chat? So do join us again next time we're with them and all of the other lovely people that we have over on this channel, and we will see you next time. Stick around on the ending screen as we go a raiding. Let me figure out who's playing what, who's doing what, and we shall see what's going on. If you've got them, let those phoenixes fly. But until next time, be it in the Underdark, be it in Barovia, or be it for the charity stream this Friday, or back here in Icewind Dale next Tuesday, we very much look forward to seeing you once more. And until then, as we like to say around these parts, oyasuminasai.
Oh, yes, me.
Have a good one. Thank you.
It's me.